It's been a moderately successful but frustrating year for one of the best teams in the league. Tampa Bay Damage took second to Dynasty at the first two events and fifth at the Chicago Open. They have a chameleon-like ability to shape their style of play to suit the field layout and adapt to different playing styles, but they haven't won an event since the first tournament of 2012. Though they've had some turnover recently, with a total loss of 4 players in the past 8 months, the core of the team remains the same. Chad Boucher is one of the fastest players on the D side, and Dan Holliday is always a threat wherever he plays. Brian Smith is handling on the snake side in his comeback season. Their highest-ranked player, Jason Edwards, is one of the most consistent back players in the game, and the versatile Rainey Stanzik has been a great pickup for the team. Look for Tampa Bay Damage to make a solid run for the rest of the year. With a reignited fire for the game, San Antonio X Factor has trained hard since the beginning of 2012. But despite their efforts, the best that they've been able to finish this season is 6th place at the Mid-Atlantic Open. Plagued with penalties, X Factor just hasn't been able to get their full squad rolling, though they've shown that they can beat big teams and have avoided getting relegated to the Challengers Division. The team's core has been playing together for a long time and contains the talent to win tournaments. The rookie, Dimitri Ninos, is playing solid this year, as is veteran all-star Archie Montemayor, who's their highest-ranked player. X Factor took third at the World Cup last season and can threaten for wins if they stay out of the penalty box and play together. Make sure to watch the world's best paintball teams as they battle against each other at the 2013 PSP West Coast Open, brought to you live Friday, August 16th to Sunday, August 18th, only on paintballaccess.com.
You're on Storm now. I want to know, how's it going over there on the Challengers field?
It's actually really fun. We just got done playing our first game against Upton. We lost, made a bunch of small mistakes, but it's a lot of fun playing with my friends, just having fun. A lot of youth on the team and a lot of potential, so hoping to get a win and then get to the Champions League.
What is it like playing over there on the Challengers field?
It's very similar. Not as many refs, but it's very similar. The reffing's strict. The competition's a little bit less, obviously, than over here, but it's always fun to play paintball. So.
Awesome. What things do you guys need to focus on this field layout to make sure you can bump up?
Mostly on our team, we got a lot of. We just picked up the Odell brothers and myself. So basically working together as a team. Playing a lot of individual paintball right now. So once we get the chemistry going and stuff like that, it should be a good team.
All right. Well, good luck with that. We have Damage versus. Totally banky right now. It just started, but we'll get to the game.
All right, here we are. We are back on the breakout. Damage loses one coming out to the Dorito side on the break. That is Daniel Holliday. Jason Edwards reads the shot that he got in on the Dorito corner as well of X Factor, and he attacks the middle. Grayson Goff is walking off as well from the Dorito side of the field. Colt Roberts was that first body. Keith Brown coming across to the snake side for Damage. He gets chopped up. There's Jason Edwards on the right side of your screen in that bunker behind the X. And that is, I believe that's Alex Martinez up there in the center can for X Factor, trying to lock off Chad Boucher in the temple right there on your screen, who wants to come across into the snake. Alex Martinez just pounding the lane in front of the snake. Chad Boucher working on the wrapping around the outside, and he's shooting at the mini Dorito for X Factor. 3 bodies still left alive now, but there goes Archie Montemayor, so now just 2 left alive for X Factor.
Yeah, so it looks like Tampa Bay Damage making some good moves up here in their center. Watch this one. This one's going to be nasty. Oh. So Jason Edwards able to get out there and trade out with Alex Martinez.
And Chad Boucher seeing the body go. He starts attacking Billy Bernacchi at the last body for X Factor, jumps up out of that mini Dorito and comes running towards the snake. Chad Boucher just stands up and just skulls him as Billy Bernacchi going to walk up the field. Timmy Probst always alive for Tampa Bay Damage.
So it was a pretty close point on the body count.
It was back and forth.
It was back and forth for sure, but you could tell that Damage was dictating the pace of that particular point. They were attacking, they were controlling the spots, and ultimately ended up taking that point. So almost a 2-minute point here as Damage is going to go up the first. And Damage is one of those teams, again, there's about 4 or 5 teams that literally should be a favorite in any event that they enter, and then there's another 3 or 4 teams below them that have that dark horse chance of winning the event. So you got to give the dark horse chance to San Antonio X Factor. They have won tournaments with essentially the same guys they have on the field right now. It's been a while though, but they can do it. It is within their grasp. But they got to stay out of the box. and they need to all play together, and they've got to stay alive off the break. And then when they're playing a team like Damage, they also have to have the ability to try to control the tempo. You know, Damage, for everyone knocking them, not playing aggressive, they played that point very aggressive. Yeah. So they didn't even try to come out, oh, let's just play conservative and try to see if we can lock it up and get that first point. No, they came right at them, and that's good to see.
You know, it seems as though that they're getting, you know, the good shots on the lanes as, like, Keith Brown tried to fiddle the snake. You know, the delays out to the corners. I think they're shooting lanes and continuing to shoot their lanes, which seems to be working well for them right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's Coach Skinny Kevin. Right now, sun's out. He's got the guns out. Randy Stanzak, Daniel Holiday, Ramsey El Youssef, Keith Brown, and Jason Edwards on the field right now for Tampa Bay Damage. San Antonio X Factor got Archie Montemayor, Demetrius Ninos, Scott Kemp, Dixon Yang, and Colt Roberts.
You know, stellar lineups on both teams. You know, both level of these teams are about equal. So I expect both these powerhouse teams to kind of go back and forth a little bit, not just any blowout in the field.
Well, it's up to X Factor at this point because they're down 1 right now. So let's see if they can steal this momentum back and get a point on the board. And see if Dimitri Ninos can get it done over here on the Snake side. Scotty Kemp's going to be with Colt Roberts on that Dorito side. And Colt Roberts makes his move into the 40-yard line, Dorito.
And Daniel Holiday gets into that Dorito too as well. And he starts working across the field, shoots Dixon Yang, who's coming walking off right now from the Snake side. Archie Montemayor gets shot on top of the head as well, but that bounces. Daniel Holiday backed all the way up and looked like he squeezed a shot in on him from the other side. Referee checking, he's walking off.
Colt Roberts making a move at the Dorito side, shooting Ramsey Al Youssef. You can see Colt Roberts on your right-hand side over there on the top of your screen.
Yeah, so Ninos in a good spot here in the Snake. And you're looking at the back line for Damage. And I think, you know, maybe Damage decided to send Chad out here to the Snake side because Chad, oh, look at this, big move by Holiday as he runs down Colt Roberts. Again, that's what I'm talking about. Damage is stealing and taking the initiative in these points. They're the aggressor here, which is interesting because if you were to talk about teams, you know, what teams are known for, X Factor is definitely known as a more of aggressive team than Tampa Bay Damage. But Tampa Bay Damage definitely setting the tempo here early. 3-on-3. Archie Montemayor, Dimitri Ninos, and Scott Kemp alive. Scott Kemp's clocked in for a kill. He took out Dan Holiday, who tried to run down who did run down Colt Roberts.
Keith Brown sitting at the back of Snake 1 for Tampa Bay Damage. As you can see, he's got a shot in on that big tower across the field. That's Scott Kemp who's in that tower, but Scott Kemp was looking down the wire. Now he's looking down the inside. Now Keith Brown again right there on your screen, sitting outside the back of Snake 1. And Rainey Stanzak goes attacking down the Dorito side into Dorito 2 for Damage. Ninos unable to pick him up on the move. So now Rainey there gonna shoot across back at Dimitri. And Keith Brown gonna turn the corner and get into Snake 2. Start looking for kills across the field. He's trying to find Scott Kemp. Archie Montemayor over here. He's on the Snake side, Temple. But he's looking across the field towards the Dorito side at Rainey. Meanwhile, Rainey still just shooting balls down over the Snake into Ninos. Jason Edwards comes across into Scott Kemp's mirror. Scott Kemp actually just bumped out to the Dorito side corner. Jason Edwards is in the inside tall tower on the Dorito side.
Yeah, so real slow point right here as San Antonio X Factor and Tampa Bay Damage all even on the body count, 3-on-3, and neither team wanting to be either guy. No one wants to be that guy that makes a mistake.
This is true. You know, Keith Brown right now is taking his time, looking across the field over at Scott Kemp, as you said. You know, slow point right here, guys.
Yeah, this is a real slow point.
Yeah, still early in this game too. 15 minutes left. Just 1-0 in favor of Damage. But Archie playing off the back of that bunker. There's Ninos on your screen. Keith Brown in Snake 2 for Damage. Ninos took his hopper off a second ago.
Ooh,
got his gun situation squared away.
Archie narrowly avoided a shot cross field from Rainey, but just dodged it as he came back in.
Rainey Stanzak very smart at closing games. Over there in the Dorito too, still keeping his eye, he and Keith Brown, keeping an eye on each other, protecting each other from being run down from across the field.
You know, we talked about points in this game right now. When it gets to this long of a point, that you're running out of paint. So, you know, that's something to actually got to pay attention to. Now, I see a lot of backs and flaps on some of these guys sitting there on the field.
Yeah, there's no good excuse to shoot your pack dry. I mean, even if it's a long point, you have to always got to keep a couple balls in your loader. Ooh, Dimitri Ninos gets up, and it looks like he cleans out. Oh no, and that's going to be a minor penalty.
Yeah, Keith Brown did a good job of shooting him and coming right back in right away. And
So-
that's going to be it. So with Ninos getting that penalty, Archie gets pulled. Scott Kemp, the last body. Jason Edwards going to go grab that flag for damage and run it in.
And that penalty is going to come off the board.
Yeah, the yellow flag signifies a minor penalty, which is a 1-minute penalty. If you do lose that point, however, the penalty does come off regardless of the time left. However, if it is a red flag, it signifies a major penalty. That is a 2-minute penalty. Win, lose, or draw, that penalty stays on. You play with 4 players for the full 2 minutes. So as Maddie said, that penalty will come off for X Factor. And that's one thing we talked about. They got to stay out of that box.
Let's check out the replay here in the snake on this Ninos move. So Dimitri giddies up, completely out of paint and trying to make something happen. But you look at Keith Brown, who heard the crowd, and he came out. Look at it again here. So Dimitri, and then, yeah, that was a nice job by Keith Brown to just come right out and get that shot in on Dimitri. And then let's look at it from Brown's angle. Yeah, nice timing on that shot for Keith Brown.
Yeah, that was pretty textbook, actually. Most people don't have the, the temperament or the, what word am I looking for?
Wherewithal?
Most people have the
Composure.
discipline, composure to sit back and shoot and come back in. Like me, I would have never done. I would have came out and just blasted him out 17 more times coming on the wire, and then then they call you both out, and then it's end of the day. Keith Brown did a good job of getting back in.
That was smart. He tucked right back in, let Dimitri finish his run, draw the penalty, which pulled Archie Montemayor, and that's going to do it. So yeah, that was a really close one. Ooh, it looks like that was a major penalty, actually.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it should have been a major penalty.
Yeah, so we thought that was a minor. Saw a yellow flag, but maybe the referee went for the wrong pocket. So 13:34 to go here.
Chad Bougere on the field right now with El Youssef, Probst, Stanzak, and looks like Paul Everett going up to the Dorito side.
And look for damage to come up far in the middle quickly. I mean, try and take full advantage of this game. Or all the way down the snake on the break.
Yeah, Damage doing a good job of shooting bodies on the break. They shoot Billy Bernaccia coming out wide of the corner and Alex Martinez. Timmy Probst coming through the middle. Chad Bougere went straight to the 50. And now he's going to go all the way down. This is what he was doing at practice last week, and just go straight to the end of the snake, recognize no bodies, and just take as much ground as possible. I really feel like that is such a big thing on this field. If you shoot a body and you can get across the side, you have to take as much ground as possible. So, going to take another point right there. 3-0 in favor of Tampa Bay Damage, and we'll be right back after these messages.
A&S Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns to our endless supply of goggles, paint, loaders, tanks, and apparel. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Welcome back here, 2013 PSP West Coast Open in Riverside. It's a little hot today, but it's breezy. Not a cloud in the sky, nice grass to play on. And we've seen some great paintball so far. So 1 minute and 24 seconds remain on that Dimitri Ninos major penalty. And the one thing that San Antonio X Factor needed it to do, no matter what, was try to keep away from those red flags. And one finally struck, and now they are down 3-0. And they're going to have to play down a body for the next 1 minute and 24 seconds. So, and we saw what just happened. We saw a really long point, and then as soon as that power play hit, Damage made, and that's what I was talking about. Damage has the ability. They can play slow, they can play fast, depends on the situation. So here comes Tampa Bay Damage, 5 strong. Let's see if they can take advantage of it again. 3-0 is the score.
You know, well, they even it up right away, though. Shooting number 23 on Tampa Bay Damage is Daniel Holiday taking the walk. So even up 4-4.
Billy Bernaccia gets shot on the break, doesn't realize it. Chad Bougere knew it, though. Attacked the middle right away and is locking off the snake side of the field. Jason Edwards standing tall over the back center. Here comes Chad Bougere bunkering out Grayson Goff. Nobody protecting him. This is what Chad Bougere did all last weekend, too. Saw the body, knew where it was, went straight for it, used his burst speed, getting kills. Looks like X Factor still has 40 seconds on that penalty. Colt Roberts right now trying to fight Chad Bougere. And Chad is going to get the upper hand on that one. So 27 seconds left on the penalty. Jason Edwards retreats. He wasn't sure where the body was, but now that's it. So he's going to run up and grab it. And with probably about 15 seconds left on the penalty after this point. So Tampa Bay Damage right now really taking advantage of that penalty that Ninos got.
It's cool to see Chad Bougere all over the place. It's great to see him on the snake side. He's been on the Dorito side forever. Look at Chad Bougere here, goes underneath and able to get that shot in on him. Stays alive.
That's a tall dude to be able to do that, too. He's pretty tall.
Here he goes. Yeah, wow, he did get really small,
He did.
And he kept going,
He did, too. Looks fantastic doing it. Very symmetrical.
Yeah, so nice job by Chad Bougere.
You know, we talked about this again. I mean, and I'll bring it up again. I'm going to probably continue to say it the whole weekend. You get a major penalty. Imagine just plan on losing 3 points, because that's what's happening. That's pretty much the average. You get a major penalty, you're going to go down three points, or they're going to catch up 3 points, whatever it may be.
There's Chad Bougere, ranked 21st overall. Real solid kill percentage. He's killing almost, well, he's about 0.9, which is close to a kill per point. Pretty good survival percentage for somebody who likes to push the aggressive envelope sometimes. And not getting a ton of penalties, definitely starting a ton of points. 76% of the time he's getting that spin for Tampa Bay Damage. So Chad Bougere, man, he's one of the best in the business. 14 seconds left to go here. 1 minute and 49 seconds left in this matchup between Tampa Bay Damage and San Antonio X Factor. And San Antonio X Factor getting goose-egged here so far. This is not the start to the tournament that San Antonio X Factor wanted to have.
No, not at all, especially with with that major. 14 seconds left in that. They're going to be down 1 gun, 20% of their firepower on the break against a team like Tampa Bay Damage, too.
Yeah, I knew Damage was going to play good at this event. You know, that penalty has hurt them. You know, don't let the scoreboard fool you. Tampa Bay Damage is playing well, but you get a penalty like that, and they run up a couple quick points on you after playing 2 good points. You end up with a 4-0 deficit with still about 12 minutes left to go in this game. As Ninos goes running off the field from behind. For some reason, I'm not exactly sure.
Well, they were 5. There's 5 people on the field.
Oh, no, that was Jesse Stevens was standing there.
Well, Todd Morrow got a horrible start. I don't know if you saw.
They had 6 people on the field. What happened? Because they had 4. They had 2 in the box, and they had 4 in the station. So Jesse Stevens, that was number 17, went running off the field as Ninos comes out of the box and gets annihilated.
It's a mental coaching error, too, so I'm sure that's going to cause some confusion and problems inside the box. You know, on the field right now, you got Scott Kemp going down for San Antonio X Factor. 1 player going down for Tampa Bay Damage. But get up in the middle of the field. Look at that. Is that Jason Edwards?
Oh, and right there, Keith Brown calls his shot on Dixon Yang, shoots him, and now he's going to come out here to the snake side.
He'll probably running down the snake side right here. Yeah.
So Keith Brown comes across into the 50 snake. Just 2 bodies left alive. Archie Montemayor, actually just 1 body left alive. Oh wait, I'm sorry. There is 2 bodies left alive. We got 1 in the Dorito corner and 1 in the tall tower on the Dorito side. and that's Archie. Archie's going to come walking. There's 3 bodies left alive. Maybe they started with 7. It could have been 7, possibly 9 guys in X Factor.
No.
Breakout over here, because I saw Jesse Stevens run off. Todd Morrow got shot on the break. Dixon Yang got shot out of the Dorito.
Jason Edwards playing a great game right there, coming up the middle of the field, shutting down the Dorito side of the field.
Yeah, so nice job there as Damage 4-0 so far. And just want to let you guys know, it's PBA webcast. This particular game brought to you by PB Nation. PB Nation is the world's largest paintball website. Up to the minute paintball news, products, information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They host the world's largest paintball classifieds with a constant stream of players buying and selling used gear. You can see some of the pro players watching here today on there. So you can buy their jerseys and other game used gear right from the pros. Check out PB Nation, get in the game. So San Antonio X Factor really struggling here. Let's see if they can get it back together with 10 minutes and 4 seconds to go. 5-0 is the score. We'll be right back.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. Full color and completely custom options. You can build a custom design straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
All right, welcome back here. So score 5-0, man. It has been all Tampa Bay Damage so far this game. They've looked very awesome. They have controlled the tempo of the game. They've shot more X Factor players off the break than X Factor's been able to dish out. And it looks like we have Lauren Kelly down with Colt Roberts on the sidelines. Let's check it out.
I am down here in the X Factor pit with Colt Roberts. Colt, you're behind 5 points right now. What plays do you need to come out with right now to get some points on that board?
It's not really the plays. We just need to stay alive. Staying out of our bunkers. The penalty didn't help, and we just need to stay alive, focus on shooting them, and making some plays off that.
How was this field playing for you during practices?
It was good. Same thing. You lose those guys on break, and it really hurts. And it's the same thing that's going on in practice. You just got to shoot more of them than they shoot you on break, and that's the key. And right now they're doing a better job than us.
You picked up one new player, Dimitri. How is he helping your team, or what assets has he brought?
Dimitri's a good snake player, front guy, young. We're grooming him to be a better player. He needs some experience, but he's a solid player.
All right, we'll see what happens between Damage and X Factor.
Yeah, Dimitri's a solid pickup for him, coming over from Texas Storm. He's played with a lot of guys over the years, and quite the adventure to get to this particular chance, this opportunity to play on San Antonio X Factor. So he's been pretty excited about it, and I really feel he's been an asset to the team. But there's a lot of upside to him, a lot of upside. So also remember, man, World Cup's right around the corner. Make sure you go to psbevents.com and sign up early. It's going to be 2013 World Cup, man, October 17th through the 20th. Being held at the Fantasy of Flight in Polk City, Florida. Go to psbevents.com.
Maddie, that event sells out every year, so don't think you have until the beginning of October and stuff. You should start signing up now, start thinking about it.
Yeah, you definitely want to get registered as quick as possible, because there's anywhere between 350 to 400 teams this year, and not sure what they're going to cap it at this year. So yeah, you definitely want to make sure that that you get signed up ahead of time.
Great event too. It's my favorite event.
So Tampa Bay Damage with a 5-0 lead, 10 minutes left to go. Just under 20 seconds before the start of the next point. Rumziel Youssef, Rainey Stanzak, Chad Bougier, Timmy Probst, and Jason Edwards. Man, Jason Edwards, Chad Bougier really look like they know what they're doing on this field right now, as they are set to break out to the Dorito side together. Jason Edwards. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't Jason Edwards. That is Paul Everett.
Well, craziness happened up the center here. The Tampa Bay Damage sends a runner all the way up, and he ends up getting taken out. And they also lost another player as well as Rumziel Youssef. He gets shot trying to get out wide. And so that's Paul. It was Paul Everett. Todd, you were right, trying to make it all the way up into the center. Wasn't able to do it, though. Well, he made it up there, but then he got shot. So here comes San Antonio X-Factor. They have an opportunity to win this point.
Yeah, X-Factor, they got that Dorito 2. Alex Martinez is in the inside tower on the Dorito side. Ninos now gets into Snake 3. And he's going to start shooting across the field at the Dorito side. Timmy Probst in the small Dorito. So just the 3 bodies, Rainey in that tower, mirrored up with Alex Martinez. Alex Martinez dips out, and he gets into the Dorito as well. So Alex Martinez and Scott Kemp over there. Archie Montemayor coming down the middle of the field right now. Gonna bunker out Rainey Stanzak, the last remaining body for Tampa Bay Damage. So getting back to full strength, getting up the field pretty quick is X-Factor,
yeah.
And they are going to put a point on the board, so avoiding the shutout.
That's big, too, man. Point spread is, like we've been saying all day, it's going to be a factor. It always is. And X-Factor also just for pride alone, man, heading into their next game that they have to play against Impact. You can see in the pits right there, they brought on Paul Richards to coach the team. Used to coach Tampa Bay Damage for years, and trying to guide these guys back to glory. And X-Factor looked really good that point, man. They had 4 alive, but just not a lot of time left. They're down by 4, so 8 minutes and 46 seconds. We have seen some quick points. It all comes down to how many people get killed on the break, though. So we'll see if X-Factor can try to make something happen here, and we'll be right back after this. Looking in the pits here, San Antonio X-Factor, getting things rolling there, Scott Kemp. Longtime Ironman player, and then there's the man that makes it all happen for X-Factor, Alex Martinez.
That guy, we talked about him before and just how much he's put into this sport, let alone just the team. Just amazing ambassador for the sport of paintball.
Yeah, they got an awesome park out there in San Antonio too, so great place to practice. They got a great facility. So here we go on the break. I see the frustration of Billy Bernach is pumping his fist in the air, and not because he's happy. He's very frustrated. He just got shot. And now X-Factor trying to break out wide. Grayson Goff trying to get out on the Dorito side of the field. And here comes Tampa Bay Damage up the center with Jason Edwards just rolling his gun on that Dorito side and trying to keep X-Factor from pushing forward out of that Dorito 1. They also have good field position over here on the Snake side of the field.
And Keith Brown going to work. You can see on your screen right there, Jason just locking down the Dorito side of the field, kind of containing Colt Roberts from coming down the side. And now, to add insult to injury, you have Keith Brown right there on your screen getting backed up right there by Chad Bouchier and the Snake. So that's going to mean trouble for these guys for sure, man.
Yeah. Well, this X-Factor's got to win this point, man, to have a chance. You can't let Tampa Bay go up another one here, be 1 point away from victory. They need that point spread to become a little bit less than it is. And look at this move out towards the corner. Yeah, it's Todd Morrow. So Todd Morrow coming off here.
Yeah, it looks like too little too late right now. I mean, granted, it looks like Damage is probably going to go up 6-1 on this game. But at the end of the day, you go down 6-1 to any one of these pro top level teams, you're going to have trouble coming back. Now you just got to concern yourself with closing the gap a little bit and maintaining the point spread.
Well, let's see if Damage can actually take X-Factor down here instead of starting to spot the team a couple points like we saw Impact do to Top Gun Union. So there's Chad Bouchier walking off, man. He's playing great for Tampa Bay Damage, as is the whole team. We'll be right back after this. So we're back here, and 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. It's been all Tampa Bay Damage so far here against San Antonio X Factor, and they're 1 point away from taking the victory.
Yeah, I just saw Joey Blute walk by down. I asked him, because I'm like, where's Brian Smith? And he just gave me the signal that Brian Smith was a little sick, feeling under the weather, so he's not playing. So I was like, because I was actually looking forward. I wanted you guys to see what I saw last weekend. The way Brian was attacking that Dorito side of the field. But
well, with that said, if he is under the weather, now's not the time to play him. He's only getting more dehydrated. He's going to get more sick, and you might as well save him for when you need him.
Well, and Damage is deep, man. And especially when they had guys like El Yusuf. Remember how well El Yusuf played at the last event in Chicago? And if you're getting contributions from your 6 and 7, 8 guys on the team on the roster, then yeah, you don't need Smith to exert himself out here in the 95-degree weather and get all super tired before Saturday and Sunday hits, because there's a really good chance that Damage is going to be playing for the money.
Oh, I just saw a major flag. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Maddie.
Oh, yeah.
Major flag on X Factor. That's going to take out Colt Roberts. That's going to give him another 2-minute major penalty, and going to put the nail in the coffin. That was going Grayson Goff right there, gentlemen.
Yeah, that was definitely Grayson Goff. So he is, it's not helping things out here. And again, another desperation penalty.
And they pulled Scott Kemp on that penalty. I guess you could call smaller guys with less muscle on them.
Well, yeah. Well, Scott Kemp's doing a little work out there. He's got 3 confirmed kills, Grayson Goff 3, and Archie Montemay 4. But Dimitri's got a fat goose egg for this game, and so does Dixon Yang. So,
and as you talk about it, Ramzi El Yusuf, you just said that, Maddie.
Well, he played really well, man. El Yusuf hasn't been an every down guy or an every point guy for Tampa Bay. A couple tournaments he has, but man, he was doing some work out there last event in Chicago. I was really impressed by how he was
as
playing.
well.
Yeah, he's been pretty good this year.
I mean, MAO, I think he was the one that was playing a little bit more than Jacob Edwards appreciated.
Yeah.
I think that had a little something to do with it.
Well, unfortunately, that's going to put the nail in the coffin for San Antonio X Factor. With 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game, Tampa Bay Damage is going to take it 7-1, convincing the win by Tampa Bay Damage. As you said, Todd, they're playing very, very well right now, and they're impressing me right there.
Yeah, they are. They're playing great. It's Damage, though. How many times have we seen Damage come out in either 3-1 or 4-0 during the prelims? It happens a lot. So it's not surprising, but I really was expecting X Factor to put up more of a fight than this. And I was definitely hoping that they were going to stay out of the box, and they got 2 major penalties here so far.
Can't blame Zach Wake for those.
No, yeah, it's so frustrating thing for San Antonio X Factor. But they do have another game against Edmonton Impact. Must-win situation for them. They do not want to go 0-2 here, first day's competition. And Impact dominated against Top Gun. Speaking of Top Gun, we're about to watch LA Infamous play their first game of the day, and also Top Gun's second game of the day. So hopefully if Top Gun fans, they can bring a little bit more to bear against Los Angeles Infamous that they did against Impact. But Infamous is definitely, they've been grinding hard. They've underperformed this year. They really want to win an event. They absolutely can. They have the talent to win an event. And who knows what they're going to see. So, or what they're going to bring and what we're going to be able to see out of them. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be right back with that matchup. And then we got 2 more games after that. See you in just a few.